Welcome to the stage, our next act, while I seek medical assistance. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Paul Scoble!
Good evening. How you doing? Hi, I'm Paul. I come from a very, very religious family. My parents made sure I had a very strict Christian upbringing, which, as you can probably tell, definitely had an effect. But probably not the effect they wanted. I tried to believe, I really did, but belief is one of those things that you can't really force. You either believe or you don't. So I'm sorry, Mum and Dad, but I don't believe Jesus walked on water. I am willing to concede, however, that due to its nature as a non-Newtonian fluid, Jesus could have walked on custard. But not water. I think I'd have been more likely to believe in God if one of Jesus' miracles had been to turn the entire Lake of Galilee into custard. I think the world would be much more peaceful and happy if one of Jesus' miracles had been to create hundreds of thousands of tons of pudding. And for this next miracle, Jesus did turn Mount Sinai into apple crumble. And the people did feast on apple crumble and custard, crying, mmm, nom nom nom, oh Lord. Now that's a God I could believe in. A warm, surreal, funny God. And that's one of my real problems with the Bible. There are no jokes, not even a one-liner or a limerick. God does not have a sense of humour. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says, and Jesus did say unto his disciples, verily, my brothers, my dog has no nose. Tell us, O Lord, cried his disciples. How does your dog smell? I say unto you, my brothers, answered Jesus, that my dog smells awful. And if you look at the Old Testament, you'll notice in the part where God speaks to Moses from the burning bush, he did not open with the words, knock, knock. So I ended up as an atheist, but an atheist who knows the Bible inside out. So I started wondering how those crazy, wacky stories came about, and I've come up with a couple of theories about the origins of those myths. For my first theory, I'll use Jerusalem as an example. Jerusalem's a very important place in all the Abrahamic religions. As the capital of Israel, the Jewish promised land, it's obviously important to Jews. It's the site of Jesus' crucifixion, his ascension to heaven, so it's important to Christians, and it's also where Muhammad ascended to heaven, so it's very important to Muslims. Jerusalem's popularity as a site of religious experience may have caused some trouble over the years. Don't quote me on it, but I think it might cause the tiniest little amount of tension. Now, a lot of religious people have used this popularity as evidence that their religion is true. They think God particularly likes that specific geographical area, just that one little bit. I see it the other way around. Here's my theory. I reckon there's only one main spring in Jerusalem where most people get their water. And in and around that spring are growing, I don't know, maybe mushrooms, or possibly truffles, or maybe some kind of weird glowing algae. So I think a lot of those crazy miracles could have happened something like this. Oh my God, look at that. Look at what? That, there. What? Where? What do you mean where? There, it's Jesus ascending to heaven. Look, you can see the choirs of angels adoring him. I can't see anything. There. That's a seagull. Are you thirsty? You know, now you come to mention it, I am quite parched, yeah. Here, drink this. Ooh, thank you very much. Mmm, lovely. Very refreshing. Slightly mushroomy. Oh my God, you're right. Jesus ascending to heaven. I can see the hosts of angels too. I can see you, Lord. Wow, that's a lot. Whoa, look over there. There's purple elephants playing leapfrog. Oh my God, what's happened to my legs? If lots of people in a small geographical area start seeing crazy things, the human reaction seems to be to look up to the heavens and to look for gods. Whereas in my opinion, we should be looking down because there's almost certainly something in the water. For my other theory, I will use Abraham as an example. Abraham is the source of the three main Abrahamic religions. Abraham was a man who heard a voice in his head that he decided was God. The voice in Abraham's head, which he decided was God, told him to take his son to the top of a mountain and sacrifice him. At the last minute, the voice in Abraham's head, which he decided was God, told him to stop. Now, that must have been a very tense walk back down the mountain. What the bloody hell was that that all about, Dad? That was God's will. Have you been listening to the voices in your head again? In biblical times, hearing voices in your head made you a prophet. These days, it makes you mentally ill. And it's interesting to note that in the Bible, prophecy runs in families, as does mental illness. So, could all of religion be down to hallucination or undiagnosed mental illness? Well, it would account for all the insanity and the contradictions and the inconsistency and the evil that you get in most religious books. This book is full of madness. It was written by hallucinating mad people. Oh, well, that makes much more sense. Oh, I won't bother with this anymore. And with that final piece of blasphemy, and before my parents finally disown me for good, I think I should probably bring this to a close. Thanks for coming down tonight. Thanks for laughing. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.